Elevation Worship. A song is called More Than Able. I'm going to show you guys how to play it in this lesson. So let me play through that chorus and we'll dive into it. And you are more than able. 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 Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? Alright, so as you can see, we're in the capo 3 position here, capo on the 3rd fret, and we're playing those chords in the key of C. So this song, it's in the key of E flat, which it's kind of one of those weird, not weird keys, but one of those keys it's hard to get to if we're using G shapes. You know, those easy G, C, D, E minor. If you wanted to, you could put the capo all the way up on the 8th fret and play those chords for this song. You know, if you're the only acoustic player for your worship team and for your band, I probably wouldn't recommend it. It'll sound, you know, kind of like a little bit like a mandolin and like a banjo. But if you had two acoustic guitars, and you wanted to play up here and the other person wanted to play down here, that would be totally cool. So for this song, there's a bunch of different chords. There's a bunch of different parts to the song. So before we get into the chords, I am going to have the chord charts for this song on my Patreon page. So it's going to be in the key of C. And then also, if you do want to just play the song with those easier chords in the key of G, I also made a separate chord chart that I also will upload to Patreon with chords in the key of G. So if you're a beginner and you still want to play those easier chords, you can definitely download the PDF, print it off, whatever you need to do. So for this song, let's get into the chords. We need that C chord. And you can do it with that pinky finger on. You can do it with the pinky finger off. Usually for these chords in the key of C, I will keep that pinky finger on just because you'll see when I move to the G chord and the A minor and the F chord, we're kind of keeping that pointer finger and that pinky finger as our base and foundation. So that C chord, we need the C sus chord, which we're just bringing that pinky finger up right there. So C sus. You can also, for that C sus, just play an F chord. So I'll kind of show that to you in the lesson. So the C chord, to get to the F chord, all we're doing, moving these two fingers down one string on each fret and playing those bottom 4 strings. So we need a D minor. You can do a D minor this way. Or if you wanted to, you can do a D minor going out of that F position here, just taking your ring finger off and keeping your middle finger on there and still playing the bottom 4 strings. That's the way I typically do it when I'm playing in the key of C, just because, you know, when you're switching chords, you know, sometimes that requires you to take all your fingers off that you know, kind of foundational position with that pointer finger in the pinky finger. So typically I'll just kind of do that. So we need the A minor. We need the G chord. We need the G over B chord. And I think that's it. No, we can also use a C over E on the last part of the song, on the 2nd vamp. So that's just your C chord here. Typically we wouldn't play that bass note. We would just play the bottom 5 strings. So for the C over E, we want to include that bass note, so we include that E string when we strum. So you're just strumming all 6 strings on that chord there. So there's a lot of parts to this song I'm going to show you a couple of different things you can do strumming wise, finger picking wise. I'm going to include at the end of this lesson just a full playthrough of this song where I'm playing through everything that I'm about to show you. So if you just want the playthrough, you can definitely just fast forward, skip to that at the end of this video. But we're going to go through each part of the song. It's going to be a little bit of a longer tutorial. So strap in and yeah, so we'll go through the strumming first. We'll get the timing of the song down, and then we'll go back to the finger picking once we get done. So the song is in 6/8 timing. You don't really need to know exactly what that means. All you need to know is that when we strum, we're going to be counting to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the intro, if you try to play it with just looking at the chords, you're probably going to be a little confused. So the intro is just the same chord progression as the chorus chord progression. So what I was playing at the beginning of this lesson, you are more than able. So just think of that when you're playing that intro. It'll make a lot more sense. So we'll get to the chorus in a couple of minutes. But that verse, it's going to sound like this. When did I start to forget all the great things that you did? When did I throw away faith for the impossible? How did I start to believe you weren't sufficient for me? Why do I talk myself out of seeing miracles? You are... So then that'll go right into the chorus. So let me show you downstrum wise kind of what I'm doing. And these downstrums, it's very just soft, rhythmic. You can play the whole song using just kind of these strums. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are more. So that'll go into the chorus. So I'm gonna play through that verse one more time. You may need to just rewind it, write down how many downstrums we're doing on each chord. There's a lot of moving parts to this song, so just you might have to take some notes and do some rewinding. So let me sing through it again. When did I start to forget? And when I do the downstrums, I usually add a little kind of upstrum, a little flick of the wrist here down on those bottom few strings after each 6 strums, or if it's 3 strums for the chord. So, when did I start to forget all of the great things that you did? When did I throw away faith for the impossible? How did I start to believe you weren't sufficient for me? Why do I talk myself out of seeing miracles? So then that'll go right into the chorus. Alright, so for the chorus, again, it'll sound like this. You are more than able. You are more than able. You are more than to deny what the Lord can do. That'll go into a little interlude between the chorus and verse 2. So down strum wise, let me show you what we have going on. So I'll count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just those first two lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the "you are more than able" part. You are more than able. So that goes through that twice. And then just the last part. Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? So who am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 4, 5, 6. So let me play through that chorus again, and we'll go into the interlude and then into verse 2. You are more than able. 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 Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? I see all that I have. So that rolls right into verse 2. And then verse 2, there's no changes. That stays the same as the first verse. So no chord changes, no nothing. Then it goes to chorus again. It does the chorus twice. And then we get into 3 different bridges and then 2 different vamps here for this song. So for the first bridge, you're just going to stay on this C chord, and it goes right into the bridge out of that second chorus. So who am I to deny what the Lord can do? Can you imagine, with all of the faith in the room, what the Lord can do? What the Lord can do? It's gonna happen. Just let the way maker through. He's gonna move. He's gonna move. Can you imagine? So this is bridge 2 is where we change a little bit. So for that bridge 1, you're just doing the C. Can you imagine, with all of the faith in the room, what the Lord can do? What the Lord can do? And it's gonna happen. Just let the way make it through. He's gonna move. He's gonna move. Can you imagine, with all of the faith in the room, what the Lord can do? What the Lord can do? It's gonna happen. Just let the way make it through. He's gonna move. He's gonna move. So we get into bridge 3, small chord change. Can you imagine, all of the faith in the room, what the Lord can do? What the Lord can do? And it's gonna happen. Just let the way make it through. He's gonna move. So let me just play through that bridge 2 and bridge 3, and then we'll get into the vamps. So again, you're gonna need to write down, look at this, how many downstrums I'm doing. It's hard for me to go through literally every single thing on some of these longer songs. So bridge 2. Can you imagine, with all of the faith in the room, what the Lord can do? What the Lord can do? It's gonna happen, just let the way you make it through. He's gonna move. Yeah, he's gonna move. Can you imagine, with all of the faith in the room, what the Lord can do? What the Lord can do? It's gonna happen, just let the way you make it through. He's gonna move. Yeah, he's gonna move. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? So let me break down this vamp. We have 2 vamps, vamp 1 and vamp 2. So vamp 1, you'll do it twice. C, C sus. So anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? So this is vamp 2. You can do the same. You can do either C to the C sus if you want to, or you can do C over E to the C sus. So kind of give you that option there. If you're in a full band, you can just probably do the C chord, let the bass and the keys player take that C over E. But let me show you vamp 2. We're going to do this twice. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? Back to the C of the C sus. 3 or 4 times, just follow the song, and then it goes back into that chorus one more time. So that shows you more or less how you can play the song, all the parts to the song. Again, I'd probably recommend getting the chord chart, going to Patreon, getting the chord chart, and just kind of taking some notes. Very briefly, finger picking wise, you could probably do something like this for verse 1 in the chorus. When did I start to forget all the great things that you did? When did I throw away faith for the impossible? How did I start to believe you weren't sufficient for me? Why do I talk myself out of seeing miracles? You are more than able. You are more than able. You are more than able. deny what the Lord can do. So I don't know, that might just give you a little idea as to what you can do finger picking wise for that first verse and then the first chorus. So when did I start to forget all of the things you did? When did I throw away faith for the impossible? How did I start to believe you weren't sufficient for me? Why do I talk myself out of seeing miracles? And you are more than able. 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 Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? Now I see all that I have, and I've got my confidence back, and I put my trust in the one who still does miracles. You do miracles. You are more than able. 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 Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? Can you imagine, with all of the faith in the room, what the Lord can do? What the Lord can do? It's gonna happen. Just let the way make it through. He's gonna move. He's gonna move. Can you imagine, with all of the faith in the room, what the Lord can do? What the Lord can do? It's gonna happen. Just let the way make it through. He's gonna move. Yeah, He's gonna move. Can you imagine, with all of the faith in the room, what the Lord can do? What the Lord can do? It's gonna happen. Just let the way make it through. He's gonna move. Yeah, He's gonna move. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? Anything is possible. are more than able. You are more than able. You are more than able. You are more than able. Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? Who am I to deny what the Lord can do?